Why does this keep... Give me a second here, folks. Give me a second here, folks. Okay, it appears to be working again. So I hope y'all can come back into the link. As Indigenous knows, if they get back in here, and the same for Beast, I can't have a show without something fucking up. Anyway, so I was just starting to get into the meat of the show about Ben Shapiro. Okay, why is this not... Da-da-dee, da-da-dee. Sorry about this, folks. I'm trying to keep it going. Give me a second here. I'm going to let my people know that the show is back on. Whoops. Can't spell today for some freaking reason. The show is back on. Check the main channel. Any damn way. So let me... Intermission. Do 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 do. Yeah, Beast, it crashed. For some reason, my internet, just went no. You know me, I don't ever stop talking. My internet's done that on occasion. For people who watched the other channel, other shows on the channel, the old shows, at all. Like I said, I've done almost 300 shows. Every single show I had some kind of technical problem, without fail. Every single fucking show. Anyway, so we got back into the point where he's talking about the UHC CEO being shot dead. The Daniel Penny jury continues to deliberate. It was when he put this video, but they acquitted him, which I'm going to get into real quick here. And then the Supreme Court considers whether the Constitution protects it, injecting children with sex hormones and chopping off their body parts. So Daniel Penny was acquitted, all charges. Well, there was 2 charges. The one charge was tossed out for some reason, and then I believe it was on either the manslaughter charge was tossed out, and he was acquitted on the other charge, or vice versa. You'll have to look it up. I don't remember which one it was. But here's the thing. Okay, so first of all, thank you. Here's the thing. So you're on a subway, okay? You're sitting there playing on your phone, doing whatever, maybe talking to a friend sitting next to you, or talking to a passenger sitting next to you. Doesn't have to be a friend, okay? Yeah, it wouldn't be my show without technical difficulties, exactly. So you're talking to somebody, or you're on your phone, or whatever, and a guy comes in, young black man, and he could be high, could be drunk, could be none of those, I don't know, but from the reports that I've read, he was kind of bouncing around asking people stuff, but he might have been completely sober. You never know. I rode the subway in D.C. when I worked there for about a year. 45 minutes one way each trip. So occasionally had people come out and try to panhandle or whatever, and most of the time, people just ignored it, whatever. Um, I did see a fight once. That was kind of interesting. But so you're on the train, okay, and then he's asking people for money, whatever, whatever. Okay, so Penny comes up behind him because he's a fucking coward. Behind him, puts him in a chokehold. Okay, some passengers are helping him hold Neely down. Other passengers are telling him to let him go. Okay, and then they get to the next stop, which is it's very brief. Okay, it's not like 25 minutes or whatever. Usually it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops, whatever it is. Okay, and some of the passengers were standing in the doorway holding doors open because that's a safety feature. The train can't go. Okay, and again they were trying to get him to let him go. I believe I read that he was in the chokehold for 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes. I can't remember. But that passenger said the last minute or so, maybe a little more than a minute, he was limp, unconscious, whatever. Okay. They did detect a faint pulse and slight amount of breathing when the cops/paramedics got there. They administered whatever drugs they administered or whatever, doing in that case, and took him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Okay. So, he strangles the guy. That's what he did. He strangles the guy in front of witnesses and gets acquitted. Now, aside from all the other crap on the case, okay, I can almost fucking guarantee you that if it had been a black man who strangled a white man, he'd be probably sitting in jail waiting on charges of, second-degree manslaughter and whatever else, and wouldn't be on bail and wouldn't be nothing. Okay, especially in New York. Anyway, the show wasn't going to be about Peely, or Neely. Okay, so let's get to the next point real quick. Okay, where he claims people are injecting children with sex hormones and chopping off their body parts. He's a lying fucking piece of shit. Nobody's doing that. Period. Nobody has done that. Period. And I'll tell you something, okay? I'm a trans woman, as I said. I've had bottom surgery. I know what the fuck I'm talking about a lot better than Ben Shapiro. Punk ass bitch. Anyway, he also knows the majority of his ignorant and rabid base doesn't know that either. I'm sure he knows it. Okay. He's not as smart as he thinks he is, but he's not completely ignorant either. Okay. I will grant him that. He knows enough to be a fucktwaddle. I was going to say other stuff, but I'll leave it at that. Okay. But he doesn't want them to know any better. Why? Because if they do, he doesn't make money off of them. Okay. So, we're going to get to the images that I got to show you. I'm not going to spend an hour, like I usually do, or usually did. So, let me open up my OBS here. And we're going to switch screens here. We all live in a condom factory. Okay. So, dun 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 dun. I was like, why do they have two? It's part of my Zoom background. Okay. So, the first three are going to be from Tim Pool's comment section. Okay, these are screenshots. And we're just going to get to them. This one says, I won't be losing any sleep, and I'm on the right. In response to his BS about, the left. Okay. He, meaning Thompson, was the CEO of a scam operation. UHC had the highest denials of claims. Another person responded to him said, a cousin of mine who lives in California sold insurance in the 90s and aughts. He would always sell a legal expenses policy along with the medical. Apparently, claim denials were greatly reduced as a result because, in that case, the insurer would realize they would have to pay the policyholder for any inevitable suit against themselves. When they're forced to have consequences for their actions, gee, they have less actions. How about that? What a novel concept. So we'll get to the next one here. What's up, Perrin? Howdy. Gigantic fucking hug to Perrin. Okay. Well, to Perrin and the rest of the people in my chat. They're all awesome anyway. Let's see. So this is the second one for Tim Pool. United Health routinely denies claims your friends, meaning Pool's friends, are wrong. I am a physician, and I can tell you that it is a huge pain in the ass, my addition, to deal with United Health patients' insurance, including its Medicare Advantage plan. Not a scaling problem, it's a feature. It is not a bug in their system. Yeah, exactly. Okay. They are not healthcare providers. They are healthcare deniers. There's no reason whatsoever to have a insurance plan. Okay. If you have, you can call it Medicare for all, you can call it Medicaid for all, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. Okay. Health insurance for all. Every quote unquote modern country in the world gives its citizens, to one degree or another, free healthcare. Especially if you're talking preventative stuff like mammograms and prostate exams and dental care and whatever. There you go, free, 100% free. And as a result, those then costs down the road are lowered. What a novel concept. Anyway, he said it's not a scaling problem. It's a feature. It's a feature, not a bug in their system. And then somebody responded to him, said Tim has taken an L take on this one. Absolutely. Okay. The third one on Dim Fool, as I call him. This person said, I'm as right wing as they come, and I'm sure that they agree with his other takes, about the trans people and whatever. But says, I'm as right wing as they come, and I'm definitely not mourning health insurance industry. Definitely not mourning. Health insurance industry is evil. Another person says, I don't agree, but I understand. Chris Rock, quote, I guess. Another person says, bingo, it's a horrible swindle. And the last person on this comment says, me too. UNH, maybe they meant UCH, I'm not sure. Earnings skyrocketing. Doubling between 2019 and 2024 to 2025 means they're overcharging, in my opinion. Look at the cost of insulin. Look at okay, because just because your favorite billionaire is your favorite one doesn't mean they're not a billionaire. Okay, I think there's no reason for the existence of billionaires, and they all exploit people, whether it's Taylor Swift or Mark Cuban or Elon Musk or whoever. Okay, but some of them actually do, and I'm sure it's just a PR move. Okay, but with the money he's got, it doesn't matter. Like with Elon Musk, they said, oh well, he donated $250 million to Trump's campaign through shell corporations and other PACs and whatever. Okay, that's the equivalent for the money that Elon Musk has. That's the equivalent of someone having $500,000 and donating $585, not even $1,000, $585 to Trump's campaign or whoever. Okay, it's just a ridiculously tiny amount. But anyway, so Mark Cuban started this cost plus pharmacy thing. Oh, it's been a while. What, 10, 20 years ago? Somewhere in that range? Okay. I used it back in the day when I didn't have regular insurance. Okay. You still have to have a prescription to get whatever the drugs are. Okay. And some of them aren't available through them. But you still have to have a prescription, but then it's way down on price. Now, for example, one of my medications, because I have heart issues, I'm an old fart, so I have arthritis, I have some vein issues, have some mental issues, have so many issues I have a subscription. But one of my medications alone, okay, for a month, with no insurance whatsoever, is $278. Okay. Under Good RX, which is, it's a reduction, don't get me wrong, so it's not horrible. I think it was like $152, they said. Okay. Walmart has the plan, and I'm not a fan of Walmart's corporate policies in a large extent, let me tell you, but Walmart has a plan of where most of the medications that you get there, like my inhaler, was not this price that I'm about to name, but most of the medications you get there are $4 for a month. That's it. Now, I don't know about the insulin. I know they were selling a type of insulin that was kind of low cost, but I don't remember if you had to have a prescription or you didn't have to have a prescription, one or the other. Something along those lines. But, so my initial cost, if I had to buy my meds now, with no insurance whatsoever, it would be, counting all of my meds, probably close to $3,000 a month. Now, the GOP and the hellscape that's coming want to cut Medicaid, they want to cut Medicare, and they want to cut Social Security. Now, here's the thing. If they're talking about cutting Social Security insofar as they want to raise the age, first of all, because right now, you can retire at 62. They want to change it to 68 because, more people will die between now and then, and so they won't have to pay out, number one. Number two, they want to cut the money. Here's the problem with that. It's not their fucking money, okay? I've been working since 1975. I have put in again and again and again and again, paid in Social Security taxes, and I knew what they were for, okay? And I'm one of the quote-unquote lucky people who survived long enough to retire, okay? It's my fucking money that I put in. It's not theirs. It's not part of the budget. I don't care who tells you, whether it's a senator, whether it's a House of Representatives, whatever, the president, whatever. I don't care who tells you, what pundit tells you. Social Security is not part of the budget. Period. It's a 401k for people who put it in. That's basically what it is. It's a 401k. Run by the government, but it's a 401k. Our money. They shouldn't have any fucking right to touch it at all. But anyway. See, I did that one. Okay, so let me close that one out. Let me check the responses here. Give me a second here. So it crashed. Yeah, it always crashes. Okay. Walmart. Walmart has a concept of a plan, right? Actually, Walmart, for a corporation, Walmart does a lot better than a lot of corporations, okay? They still suck, but, yeah, too bad they're not tired of owning the libs yet. Yeah, exactly. And it's also, they, look at all the reports of the MAGA voters who are now regretting their vote, okay? I think one of the most viral stories is the factory in Pennsylvania, where the owner had to sit down and tell them, the workers, that they weren't getting a Christmas bonus this year because of the tariffs. And they're like, what? And he said, well, because of the tariffs, we have to buy all of this, I think it's a steel place, I'm not sure, but all of their supplies and whatever ahead of time for the entire year because those tariffs are going to hit us hard. It was like 25% tariff, okay? They thought that the company that sold the goods to their company was the one who paid the tariffs. No, it's a fucking tax. So, for example, like what I saw on YouTube, a guy said if you buy a T-shirt from China, and it's $10, okay, and so the company pays $10 for it, so they bump it up $2, okay, so you pay $12. Well, it's okay. But now you add a $5 tariff on that. Okay, the company that you buy the shirt from pays $15, not $10. So then they're going to bump that up at least $2 to recover their price. And in fact, probably more, because they'll use that as an excuse. Oh, well, the tariffs got up, so we have to raise our prices sky fucking high. I went to Walmart today to do food shopping, okay? A couple of months ago, a six-pack, whatever you want to call it, of eggs, okay, half a carton, whatever you want to call it, of eggs, was like 98 cents. Now it's $2.75. They're already starting to price gouge, and the tariffs haven't even hit yet. So, let's get back into Shit Shapiro. So here's the first comment. Again, this is the one where he said, the left celebrates. And this respondent, let me find my layer here. Stop. This respondent says, my little girl, 8 years old, was fighting for her life against cancer, and they denied her pain meds during chemo. They called it non-essential. Non-essential. Have you ever watched your kids scream in pain while you're on the phone for hours with some soulless insurance rep who doesn't give a damn? I work 60 plus hours a week breaking my back so I can pay these crooks, and this is what I get? My daughter's begging me to make it stop, and I'm completely helpless. These people are evil, straight up evil. How do you sleep at night knowing you make kids suffer for profit? Somebody said the CEO had blood on his hands, and somebody said Oh Lord, please get her out of your employee insurance plan now and sign up for affordable government health care. My daughter was born with bilateral hocomelia, whatever that is, and had government insurance from birth with Social Security. I never paid a dime and I never had to argue for her care. That's fine. Up until what, January 20th or whatever? Then that shit's going away. MAGA gonna find out. They fucked around and they're gonna find out. And they're already starting to find out. What's up, Kevin? I've been ranting and raving, as you know me. Haven't seen you in quite a while, Kevin. Just so you know, Kevin, one of the reasons is I deleted Facebook. All my Facebook. I just had enough, okay? And with their policies, we're going to get back to shit Shapiro, but with their policies, they're going to be changing January 1st, okay? As of January 1st, two things. But the main one that concerns me is that if you are on social media somewhere, other than Facebook, if you go on Twitter, if you go on Blue Sky, if you go look for something in Google, okay, and that is considered deemed illegal by some government organization, doesn't matter what it is, okay, and Facebook notices it with their algorithm, they will turn your information into the cops. So if you're, I mean, you know, and they kind of sort of were sort of doing that anyway, okay, to some extent, but this is just blatant now. You know, it's the quiet part out loud. They're going to turn your ass over to the cops, okay? And being that I'm trans, outspoken too, no, not me, but being that I'm trans, it is going to be, you know, at some point they're going to try to make it where my mere existence is illegal. Not anything I've done. I haven't done anything wrong. Just the fact that I exist. I just saw a report earlier today on Blue Sky, of a trans person who's a prisoner. I think it was burglary or something, you know. It wasn't a violent, because nobody was home. It wasn't a violent charge or whatever, but it was burglary or whatever, okay. And she had hair probably down to here, a little longer than mine. And they forced her to shave, they didn't like physically force her, but they forced her to shave it all off or face, you know, consequences and problems and whatever, okay. So now she's got a fucking buzz cut because of these fucking assholes. Death before detransition. So, let's get back to shit Shapiro. So we'll go to the next one here, okay. Yeah, Kevin, like I've said, you know, many times, I'm a professional. My show just went for a couple of times, you know, just quit posting whatever. So Beast says, basically MAGA Nazis get to say whatever, including making threats, but someone else can't respond to them and kind of about getting reported and arrested. Just a wild guess. Absolutely. You know, I've been banned on Facebook, like probably 10 to 15 times for various times, okay, a couple times 30-day bans, fuck you, in the last 10 years or so, okay. I've been on Facebook since 2009. And for various reasons. Now, the funny thing is that for some of the shit that I've said on Facebook, I would have understood if they banned me for that, okay, but they didn't. But when I go to criticize, you know, and I always say some white men, okay, or whatever. Nope, can't do that. That, you know, can't do that. That's impossible. I have no idea. He might be busy. You know, you never know. Let me scroll back down here a little bit so I can see. But as far as I know, I don't know, Kevin, Beast is asking if you blocked him, or I don't know if you're busy or whatever. But anyway, so, where the hell was I? I was ranting about something. But again, getting back to this, you know, this is the second one for Shapiro, or excuse me, the first one was Shapiro, where his own followers, his own followers were like, no, you got the wrong take here, period. Okay. And the last meme, whatever you want to call it, for Shapiro, okay, this is going to be, this is not an actual meme, well, sort of a meme, okay, it's a screenshot I took, okay, and there will be a link in the video description, okay, or in the pinned comments, probably in the pinned comments would be more likely, okay. I haven't seen any messages since then. So I don't know. Could be something on my end, you know. My computer's been fucking up or my internet's been fucking up, so you know. But this particular screenshot is from, so like I said earlier, Shit Shapiro does these college speaking engagements, and then afterwards, usually they do it, but not always, but afterwards, depending on how long they last or whatever, they pay an additional, after the $50,000 per hour, for the hour that he speaks, they pay an additional $10,000 to $20,000 on top of that for this. And so what they do is they have a circle of students, you know, little buckaroo's got his table sitting in the middle with the mic, you know, 2 mics and whatever, okay, and they have a timer there, as you can see, okay. Now the clip itself is only 5 minutes long, so I'm not sure if the person on the right, which we'll get to, the person on the right, you know, was done speaking or whatever, okay, but, you know, it only lasts like 5 minutes. So, and basically the topic is, you know, whatever you want to bring up, okay. So the topic that they are actually discussing is trans people and the reaction or the treatment of trans people by Shapiro and by the government, okay, and some of the pushback which this individual is using against it, okay. And what Shit Shapiro doesn't know until they mention it, it's like 30 seconds or so into the discussion until they mention it, that the person on the right is a trans man. You know, because Shapiro can always tell. But anyway, okay, so I wanted to give me, hold on, because I have a specific phrase here I wanted to get, okay. Da-da-dee, da-da-dee. So this is a palate cleanser, okay, so I have subjected you to the Tim Pool bullshit, I've subjected you to the Ben Shapiro bullshit, okay, so this link is a treat for you. Shapiro is well known for a bunch of different tactics, including strawmen, deflections, we're in a discussion and they say, okay, it's your turn, Angry Wrench, go ask them ask them a question. Okay, so I asked them a question, but I hit like 15 points in that question. Okay, rapid fire. Now, the person responding, I just hit them with 15 points. Which one do you respond to? Okay, so they pick one, doesn't matter what it is. I then come back using Shapiro's method and mention all the other ones, or most of the other ones, and say, well, you haven't responded to them, so, you know, your response is nonsensical. That kind of bullshit. Okay. So he also tries to go around to college and pick those who haven't had to deal with his crappy techniques or might not know as much as seasoned debaters, etc. Okay. When he gets to a seasoned debater, however, like this person, he fails spectacularly. Okay. In this link, he got destroyed. Absolutely 100% fucking destroyed. Every tactic that he uses, the gish galloping, the interrupting them when they're talking, whatever, all that, the guy on the right used against Shapiro. Every single tactic. Okay, I don't know if he practiced or whatever, but he did a beautiful job. Okay, to the point where Shapiro can't even talk. He's like, okay. Some of the students, you know, like, you know, I think at one point they were all ready to stand up and cheer, but a lot of the students are like, yeah, you know, going on, whatever. Okay, it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's pointing out things. For example, one of the like I said earlier, one of the tactics that he uses is pointing out something that the person didn't address, and ignoring what they did address. Okay, and so this again, that's a Shapiro tactic, and that's what this guy is using against Shapiro. Okay, it is probably my favorite politics-based YouTube video, and I watch a lot of politics on YouTube. It's probably my favorite politics-based YouTube video in the last 4 months or so, hands down. And there's others that are, you know, maybe kind of close or whatever, but hands down, absolutely. Shapiro is utterly destroyed in this, because that's one of the things he does. He goes to colleges and stuff because he knows a lot of them won't be seasoned debaters. He won't go up against somebody who is, knowingly ahead of time. He won't go up against somebody who is. He's a fucking coward and a punk-ass bitch. Okay? So, and he says, and then Ben gaslit him the whole time and made the other guy look crazy for returning Ben's typical injury. Well, he tried that. He tried it. It didn't work. Didn't work. Now, of course, you know, he may have, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? He may have, because this was from another content creator, not Ben Shapiro, where I saw the video, okay? So he may have taken that video, edited it to make him look good. That's a possibility. Okay, that I don't know. So that his followers can continue to kiss his ass. But if they watch that full video, this little boy, he's about as tough as Nick Fuentes, the online neo-Nazi who got doxxed, because that's what neo-Nazis like to do to people. Okay, the alt-right fucking neo-Nazis, whatever, uber right-wing, the GOP, the Guardians of Pedophiles Party. He got doxxed. Okay, the Google shows Google Maps shows a picture of his house, blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, because they posted his address. So he ran to his mama's house, because that's what big tough guys, alpha males do, is they run to their mama's house. So he ran to his mama's house, and he says, Beast says, a smile on his face, by the way, he knows he's going to cook Beng's punk ass. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to watch it again after the show. I love it that much. I'm going to watch it. I've probably seen it 3 times maybe. I'm going to watch it again. And I've also posted a link to it on my Blue Sky. Okay. Because I follow a lot of people on Blue Sky, probably 50% or to 75% are politics related in some way, shape, or form. And I also follow artists, and I follow scientists or physicists, and all kinds of people on Blue Sky. Probably 90%, maybe slightly less, but 90% of the people on Blue Sky are left, if not left-leaning. Okay. Usually queer positive, whatever. It is. You take Twitter, take all the shitty aspect away from it. That's Blue Sky. I do recommend people, especially if you're on Twitter and you're tired of the right-wing Nazi bullshit, go to Blue Sky. Now, having said that, Blue Sky ain't putting up with any shit either. There have been people. What is it? The quartering. Okay, was banned within 1 day. Took a little longer, but Libs of TikTok had made like 4 posts and was banned in 9 days. Gone. Done. Okay. They ain't putting up with shit. And a lot of people, they have what they call it's like a follow list. I can't remember. Starter pack. Okay. And so you look at the starter pack and it had a list of, like, say, 10 people or 100 people or whatever, okay, that this person A recommends. And you can go down and look at the list and see who you want to follow or whatever. And there's a little, the little blurb for the bios and whatever, stuff like that. They also have block lists, okay? And I also go and check, like for example, one of them was based on pretty much just putting the word Trump in their handle. Well, that's okay, but then there's some parody accounts too, so I always check just to make sure, okay? But yeah, Libs of TikTok, the quartering, a bunch of shit people got banned. Blue Sky is like, fuck you, we're not doing it. So, that's my take on it. That's my take on Dim Fool. That's my take on Shapiro. As far as me personally, I'm kind of ambivalent, okay? Thompson did have a family, okay? So this is the one side of it, okay? Thompson did have a family. I'm presuming that cared about him. But at the same time, that family also knew what he did. At least, if he had a wife, I don't know if he had a wife and kids, but if he had a wife, they did. If he had other, brother, sister, whatever, they did. Okay, they knew. They knew that he made $10 million a year off of the death and misery of countless people. Thousands of people died as a result of his actions, and millions of people were and are in misery as a result of his actions. So while I may not be jumping up and down and shouting for glee, as Ben Shapiro, Chip Shapiro, would like to claim that I am, I feel schadenfreude. What do they use for the phrase now for MAGA? Fuck around and find out. Back in my day, I'm a boomer. Back in my day, it was karma, or what goes around comes around, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. You dance to the piper, you got to pay the tune. So there you go. I hope I brought you a bit of information to show you that not everybody on the right wing is 100% in lockstep. Now, again, that doesn't mean that they've suddenly turned uber liberal lefty or whatever. Okay. But I think if you have someone that you know personally who is a conservative for whatever reason, okay, that could be, if you want to do it, you do not have to do it. You do not owe them anything. But if you do want to do it, that might be an inroad where you can at least make a little bit of an attempt to say, well, look, okay, here's all these pundits saying all this bullshit, okay, about this industry, okay, and then you can kind of expand that, okay, well, look at the industry, okay, and look what they're paying their people. They're paying their people shit wages, et cetera, et cetera. If you break down and you say, for example, the benefits, like 40-hour work week, you get paid overtime. Weekends off, generally, unless you're, in the medical industry or something, or restaurant or whatever. Okay. Holidays, you get 6 holidays a year. Sick pay, most jobs get some form of that, sick time, PTO, whatever. Like I said, overtime, health insurance, all kinds of stuff. Okay, a lot of people work because they have to have health insurance. Okay, they can't pay their medical bills or whatever. Okay, without that health insurance, which is why a lot of corporations don't want universal health care. We wouldn't care if they didn't have to. They wouldn't care if they didn't lose a dime. They don't want universal health care because a lot of people keep their job because they have to have health insurance. Once they have health care, no longer need that health insurance from that employer, they're really free to seek a lot of other employment. And that scares the shit out of a lot of CEOs. And they're lower, it's not just, people focus on Elon Musk or they focus on Jeff Bezos or whoever, okay? But it's not just them. It's, that upper level of management going on down, okay? Like I said, it could be an inroad if you want to take a person that you think might be receptive to at least thinking about an issue, whatever the issue is, okay? And don't hit them all at once, but whatever issue you might want to approach them on, maybe use this as a starting point to say, okay, well, look, these assholes are wrong about this, and people have died because of their actions, okay? And because of their actions also, those people are getting, their bottom level workers are getting lower wages, okay? And I think that they should have better wages. I think they should be able to pay food for their families. I think they should be able to get their own health insurance, etc. That type of thing. If you look at, I'm not going to go into it because I'm just about done. There are tons of videos on it and blog websites, blogs and whatever. But if you look at the individual points of the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, okay, and you say, okay, well, are you for being able to choose your doctor? Oh, yeah, sure. Are you for lower prescription costs? Oh, yeah, sure. Go down those points and agree with it, okay. But then if you say, later on in the conversation, what do you think about Obamacare? Oh, that's socialism and it's evil. Because that's what they've been taught. So, I'm going to end the show now. Please drop a like, a subscribe. If you want to comment, whether you agree with me or not, if you want to comment in the comment section, I will put, like I said, I'm gonna work on it, and then I will put within 5-10 minutes, whatever. I'll put the pinned post. It'll have my links and everything else there. Okay, in the comment section after the show's over. You can also follow me. My links will be on there. You can also follow me on Blue Sky, or just look on Blue Sky for the Angry Wrench. My icon is a woman's hand holding a wrench like this. Okay. I'm as mouthy, if not mouthier, on that. Geek, you're here and you made it at the end, but it's okay. You can watch the rerun. Not a problem. So, like I said, give a like, give a comment, give a subscribe, hit the notification bell. So when you subscribe, hit that button and then scroll up to the top, hit the notification bell. That way, if you happen to be farting around on YouTube or the internet, whatever, and you have notifications, and I, start, because I usually start my chat 10 minutes or so before the show. You can go, oh yeah, that angry bitch is on. Angry Wrench. Let me go watch and see what she's opening her mouth about now. Okay. And I will leave you with two things. One is that I do this show because